Hello and welcome to the Skyfall channel. Today, this is my $1,000 gaming PC. So if you want a gaming PC that is super beastly and super powerful, that can not only one, pretty much last a long time, but two, pretty much run any game you throw at ultra settings 1080p, then this gaming PC easily takes care of those tasks. This gaming PC is really overpowered. I mean, for $1,000 it really is. So if you're going to be building this for your first gaming PC, then you're going to have a really good gaming PC that'll last you for a long time. Anyways, for the processor, I chose the Core i5-4690. Now, this is a quad-core processor by Intel based off of the very well-made Haswell architecture, which is primed for gaming. However, this is a locked processor, which means you can't overclock it, but still, the clock speed of this can start off at 3.5 GHz, but then can turbo boost up to 3.9 GHz, which is still an impressive clock speed for a CPU for gaming. Now, for the motherboard, I have the Gigabyte GA B85DS3H. Now, this is a pretty good motherboard for its price point of $56. Even though it is a low price point, it's still pretty nice. It's a bit of a more premium motherboard in its price range, since it doesn't have the H81 chipset, it has the B85 chipset, which is a bit more premium. Anyways though, this can support up to 32 GB of RAM, which is excellent if you're going to do any sort of editing that requires a lot of RAM, or you just want a lot. And also, this is well made since it is a Gigabyte motherboard, and really for its price point, this is an excellent motherboard for this gaming PC. So for the RAM, I chose the G.Skill Ripjaws Series Z RAM set. So this is a 8GB dual channel RAM set, which basically means that this has two 4GB sticks acting as a dual channel set. And also, this is operating at a pretty high frequency of 2400 MHz, which is more than what you need for a gaming PC. However, it does slightly benefit some CPU intensive games like Battlefield 4 and PlanetSide 2, which are relying a lot on the CPU, and that higher frequency megahertz RAM will help out just a little bit. But anyways, this is a G.Skill set of RAM, which if you don't know, G.Skill are basically known for their RAM because they make some of the best RAM sets out on the market, and plus this RAM set also looks pretty cool too in your gaming PC. Now for the hard drive, I thought I'd choose something that's very reliable and pretty much very good for its price. So I chose a Western Digital Blue 1TB hard drive. So this is very recommended by pretty much gamers all over the world because one, it has a 2-year warranty, and also this is a Western Digital hard drive, which basically stands that this is a Western Digital hard drive. It will last you a long time. It's very reliable. It pretty much will not break down or any problems will happen to it. It's a really good hard drive. But anyways, this has 1 TB of storage, which is more than enough for all of your games. And overall, it is a great hard drive to go with. Now for the awesome part of this gaming PC, we have the GTX 980 from Gigabyte for our graphics card. Now this is a brand new GPU that just got released by Nvidia that's being manufactured by Gigabyte. And what makes this an extremely good card for its price point is because it is based off of a newer Maxwell architecture from the old Kepler on the old 700 series that basically make this card very powerful. So basically this is a very low power card that performs very good. Pretty much it delivers some very good performance for its low wattage requirement. Anyways, this has 4 GB of GDDR5 memory, which is more than enough for 1080p gaming, and is actually good enough for 1440p and 4K gaming. So you can totally throw this card at 4K gaming if you want to, which is pretty cool. Anyways, this also is, as I stated, based off of the Maxwell architecture, which is newer than the old Kepler architecture. And overall, this is a super powerful card that is the fastest single GPU card on the market. So this is basically the fastest of the fastest right now. Now for the case, I thought I'd choose something pretty cool. So I chose a Corsair Graphics Series 230T ATX mid-tower. So this is a mid-tower case, which is actually a bit bigger than what we actually need for this gaming PC, but still it's big enough to hold your really long GTX 980, your micro ATX motherboard, and your hard drive and anything like that. So really this is big enough for all of your PC components. Also, this is a case that has a tool-free design, so you don't necessarily always have to have a screwdriver at hand when you're assembling with this PC, which means that this is a pretty easy case to build your new PC in. Also, this has embedded cable threading, which means you can thread your power supply cables or your SATA cables into these little grommets behind the case that pretty much reduce cable clutter and improve the overall look of the interior of your PC, which also is a very nice thing to have. And lastly, this is a Corsair case, which means it is made of the highest quality, and really it's just a great case overall, and I really think it looks really awesome. So for the power supply, I have a Thermaltake Smart Series 550 watt power supply. So this is a pretty awesome power supply because one, it's low wattage, it's 80 plus bronze, and also this is a Thermaltake power supply, and I can assure you that this exact power supply is in my brother's gaming PC, and his gaming PC has been running for about 6 months, and nothing bad has happened to it, power supply wise. So really, I can assure you that this power supply works, and yes, 550 watts is enough for this gaming PC, including that really powerful GTX 980. Because thanks to the new Maxwell architecture, that GTX 980 will require a lesser amount of wattage than the old 780. And really, if you think about it, it really requires the same amount of wattage as a Radeon R9 285, which is pretty outstanding. And anyways, paired up with that i5 that is not overclockable, this gaming PC will not pass the 500 watt barrier, and really it's great. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, favorite, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and this is the Scaffold channel signing out.